What if AI was capable of making presentations that were every bit as aesthetically pleasing, informational, and at the end of the day, effective as someone that has been making presentations for, I don't know, 20 years? Well, that is now possible with AI. Now, up until this point, around mid 2025, there have been tools that created AI presentations, but in my opinion, none of them really passed the smell test. They were good, but just okay. However, now there is a completely new way to make presentations with AI. And in this video, I actually made the entire presentation with AI off of one prompt. And I'm going to walk you through how you can make a presentation with AI using this tool in the same manner. I have pitched clients on $50,000 deals with these presentations. I've made presentations for my team. I've made presentations to send to friends when I was explaining something. And I am blown away by the power of this tool. And so without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into it. But before we do, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know what you would like a video on, because I'm trying to make videos about things that people actually care about. And I got a lot of comments about this, so it made sense. And if you didn't subscribe, please do, because it really helps the channel out. But with that said, let's go ahead and get into it. So one prompt in, full deck out, a live walkthrough in best practices. And this is using Manus, which is the best general AI agent in existence, not even close in my opinion. Manus is an incredible, incredible tool. So, like I was just saying, it is an AI agent and it bridges mind and action. So you can think of these reasoning models, but now it adds agentic action. So it doesn't just think, it actually delivers results. And so all you have to do is describe your topic, Manus will research it, and it will create a cohesive presentation deck like the one that you're seeing right now. I didn't create any of it. I didn't write any of this copy. I did one prompt and put it into the Manus. So how it works at a glance. First, you got to tell it your subject. Enter your topic into the prompt. So I'm making a video about how to make AI presentations with Manus. Magic behind the curtain. So research and structure your content. I want to have X amount of slides, and I want to talk about these features and these features, and I want people to be able to watch this video and go make a presentation for themselves. And then boom, your presentation is live. It's ready to use, share, and export. Pretty simple if you ask me. So for example, a prompt that you could use is create a presentation about Manus slides. It shows how it transforms one prompt into a polished deck, include best practices for getting great results with minimal text per slide, less than 35 words. And use modern design with high contrast and large typography. And this works because you have specific requirements with a clear structure and a design guidance. So if there's anything you take from this video, it's this. You want specific requirements, you want a clear structure, and you want design guidance. Now, if you do this, you will get good output in Manus. So basically, Manus can infer, because it has the reasoning in it, so it can infer more of what you want without you even explaining it. And so you can just give it a sample outline. Like, let's say you wanted to make a presentation on a marketing strategy. You could just say, hey, here's what I want each slide to be about. Whoops. And you can refine sections by editing or reprompting. So what I do all the time is when it sits out the presentation, I'll say, hey, I love this, but slides 4 and 6 are off. Let's make these changes to them. Boom, it does it. It sends it back. Oh, you know what? Slide 5, can we add a logo and this information? Boom, it does it. So it's not like it makes the prompt and you're done, or makes the presentation you're done. You can go back and reprompt it and rework it until you get the output that you need. And so when you're thinking about slide designs, because this is something, for this design, I wanted it to be very simple and straightforward. There's really a couple things that you can do. So for the headline and key points, you just need a clear headline with concise bullets in the prompt. So it can summarize concepts or listing features. So for example, I want the headline to be slide design patterns, and I want 3 different options talking about the headline, the visual aspect, and the simple chart. Okay? Now, in the visual plus caption, all you have to do, and by the way, the screenshot, you can import screenshots and say, I want it to look something like this, or use this as inspiration. So impactful image with supporting text, ideal for conveying complex ideas through visual storytelling. And then you could say, simple chart. I want clean data visualization with minimal text. It creates incredible charts too. I mean, that's something I was blown away with Manus, is the way that it creates charts and just how effective and how good it actually is. So now, what if we're doing research and citations? So Manus will automatically research your topics from reliable sources, including, scholar data. It could go through government infrastructure. It can basically pull data from all different types of information. And citations are always included for factual claims. And the sources will appear as small attribution lines on the slide. For example, you can see the source at the bottom here. And I know this is kind of cutting off, but you can have a full reference be included in the appendix slides. And so you could have a reference slide like the one here in this video, and it can say reference 1, reference 2, and it's basically like citing your claims and citing the work that you're actually doing. So that's a pretty cool little feature in my opinion. Whoops. Now let me move myself so you guys can see this. Okay, so prompting tactics to improve results. So when you're prompting this, you want to make sure that you specify the audience and the goal. Who is going to see the presentation? What do you want to achieve? Do you want to limit the words per slide? Should it be 35 words per slide? Does it not matter? Can you have as many words as needed? You can request presenter notes. So ask for notes for a specific length, and it will give you notes in addition to the presentation that it's giving you. And you can ask for place orders. So request a screenshot or B-roll, markers, where visuals should go. So it could also just give you the output and say, hey, you need to put something in this screenshot section or in this B-roll section. And so it will basically tell you, here's the presentation, here's the next thing that you need to do. Lastly, it will require sources for facts. So it will specify that all factual claims need citations. So if you are coming with facts and you're coming with like a very important presentation for your boss and it needs to be correct, you can let it know that I need sources so that I can show my boss and show him that this is legitimate. Okay, now customization. So this is where it gets pretty cool. Because after you generate, you can quickly refine your presentation to match your exact needs while maintaining design consistency. So what this means is, in layman's terms, is you can go into the presentation and you can say, hey, edit the headline, modify the content, slide the order. Like let's make slide 4, slide 7. And so the point is it's highly customizable and very easy for you to go in and make changes after it's already been created. You can do this through prompting. You can do this by actually clicking on the presentation and saying, hey, let's change this, let's do that. And so there's multiple ways that you can improve the presentation and make it more valuable, more effective, just more aligned with the actual vision that you had. And this is a really cool feature for me. I mean, I just think the ability to edit and customize. For me, I do most of my editing with prompting because I'm not a graphic designer, I'm not a presentation builder, and I've been able to get unbelievable output by simply prompting and prompting and prompting. So some use cases. Well, we can make presentations for tutorials. Excuse me. We can do step-by-step guides with clear visuals and explanations. This is perfect for teaching complex concepts or processes. That's pretty obvious, right? Tutorials are a great way to use presentations. Product explainers, if you have a product you're trying to explain, whether it's physical or digital, making a presentation, showcasing features, benefits, visuals. This is a good one for anyone with a job, internal briefings. So data-driven reports with clear insights. So this is great for team updates, strategy meetings, executive summaries, etc. I like to do this to kind of go above and beyond, go the extra mile with my clients just to say like, hey, look at this presentation, look how hard we're working. I think you're going to love this and it's going to be, really effective for you. And then of course, case studies. So you can tell success stories with compelling narratives and results. So these are 4 ways that you can think about using Manus to create presentations. And there's obviously way more too. I mean, there's pretty much a never-ending list of things that you can use Manus to create presentations for, but these are just some of the top use cases that I personally have used. So what are the strengths of Manus? Well, talk about the chart in a second, but we can make a rapid structure and research for a coherent story. We can use minimal design lift to get a professional look, and we can take hours of work and reduce it to minutes. I mean, you can literally, this presentation would have taken me probably 2 hours to make at least. It took maybe 10 minutes, of my time to get all this set up and refine the prompt and just make sure it looks good. And, check out this chart on the right side, but you can see time comparison. So you got research, structure, design, refinement, total time. I mean, you're talking less than half the time spent using Manus versus building a presentation for yourself. That's a tremendous difference, in my opinion. So some of the limitations and workarounds. So some of the known constraints are layout fine-tuning, so limited control over precise element positioning and spacing. However, they have since made updates that make this a lot better, and it's only going to get better and better. And then complex animations and branding. So basic transitions only, and it's very limited for applying custom brand guidelines. However, I found that if you upload images of the brand, it will align the presentation with that brand, with the images. So if it's blue, it'll make it that same shade of blue. If you have a logo, it'll put that logo in there. And of course, you can always refine it further if you want. So you can export to PowerPoint like I've done here. You can export to Google Slides, and you can customize it and kind of fine tune it yourself. So you can always take the output and then add the icing on top, if you will. You can add animations and branding, but like I just said, it can really help a lot with that. Now, what about exporting? Well, Manus is very easy to export. It literally gives you the presentation, and then you can just export as a PowerPoint, you can export as a Google slide, or you can export as a PDF. And so that pretty much covers all the different ways that you would need to get this presentation out. So each presentation can be easily shared. It's literally as simple as just clicking download and then deciding on what format you want. Very similar to how Canva would be if you've ever used Canva. So if you want to try this for yourself, all you have to do, by the way, I'm not affiliated at all with Manus, but if you want to try it yourself, you just go to Manus. I recommend signing up for the starter account, craft your prompt, do all the best practices we talked about, refine your outline, add screenshots, and publish or fine tune it if you need to. It's quite literally as simple as that. And so, guys, Manus is just an incredibly powerful tool. This is just one way to use it. Research is another amazing tool, but people have been asking, hey, how can I make presentations with AI? This is how you do it, and this is how you do it well. This is going to be a game changer, whether you have a job, whether you have a business, or you just want to, be able to create compelling visualizations to get whatever point you need to get across. This is Manus. This is how you create presentations with AI. I hope this video was helpful. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment on whatever video you want to see next, and I'll make it for you. Cheers.